The night it happened was one of those quiet nights that feel invisible to the world, the kind where broken people keep moving because stopping would hurt too much. Under the harsh white lights of a grand city hall, a tired janitor with worn-out shoes and a bowed head made a choice that would change many lives forever, without knowing that powerful eyes were watching him from the shadows. Before the story goes any further, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and small moments that can change destinies, take a second right now to like this video, share it with someone who needs hope, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Your support keeps stories like this alive. Daniel Harper was a single father who woke up every day before sunrise and went to sleep long after the city lights dimmed. Life had never been gentle with him. His wife had passed away years ago after a sudden illness, leaving him alone with their young son and a mountain of responsibilities he never felt ready for. Dreams he once had faded quietly as survival took their place. He became a janitor not because it was what he wanted, but because it was honest work that paid just enough to keep food on the table and a roof over their heads. Every mop stroke and trash bag carried the weight of a man who had learned to endure rather than expect. On this particular evening, Daniel was assigned to clean a luxurious charity gala venue after the event ended. Crystal chandeliers reflected on polished marble floors, and the echoes of laughter and music still lingered in the air like ghosts of joy he was never invited to share. As he worked silently, he noticed a young girl sitting alone near the edge of the ballroom. She was in a wheelchair, her legs resting still beneath a beautiful but slightly oversized dress. Her name was Lily Carter, though Daniel did not know that then. What he saw was not her disability, but the sadness in her eyes as she had been born with a condition that limited her mobility, and despite growing up surrounded by wealth, she often felt imprisoned by invisible walls. Her mother, Victoria Carter, was one of the most powerful businesswomen in the world, a billionaire known for. But money had never been able to protect Lily from loneliness. Victoria loved her daughter fiercely, yet her demanding life often pulled her attention in too many directions. That night, Victoria stood quietly on a balcony above the ballroom, watching Lily from a distance, believing space was what her daughter needed. Daniel hesitated when he noticed Lily. He knew he was just a janitor, someone meant to blend into the background, not step into moments that didn't belong to him. But something in Lily's posture, the way her hands rested motionless in her lap while her eyes followed the empty space, reminded him painfully of his own son after his mother's funeral. It was the same look of wanting to belong somewhere that no longer felt reachable. Without thinking of consequences, Daniel gently approached Lily. His heart pounded, not from fear of rejection, but from the vulnerability of caring again. He offered her a simple gesture of kindness, asking her if she would like to dance in whatever way she could. In that moment, the world seemed to hold its breath. Lily's face shifted from surprise to disbelief, then slowly to something warmer, something hopeful. Daniel placed one hand carefully near her wheelchair and began moving softly to the faint music still playing in the background, guiding her hands in rhythm, making her feel included rather than limited. The dance was imperfect, slow, and quiet, but it was filled with dignity. Lily laughed, a sound so genuine it felt like it hadn't been used in a long time. Daniel forgot where he was and who he was supposed to be. He was no longer a janitor, he was just a human being reminding another human being that joy was still possible. From above, Victoria watched everything. At first, she was ready to intervene, protective instincts rising sharply. But as she observed the tenderness, the respect, and the way Daniel never once made Lily feel pitied, her heart softened in ways she hadn't allowed herself to feel in years. She saw her daughter glowing, not because of luxury or attention, but because of kindness from a stranger who expected nothing in return. The following days unfolded like something out of a dream. Victoria requested to meet Daniel, initially terrifying him when he was summoned to a private office he assumed meant he had done something wrong. Instead, he was met with gratitude. Victoria learned about his life, his sacrifices, and his quiet strength. She realized that the man who cleaned floors carried more humanity than many who sat in boardrooms. Victoria offered Daniel opportunities he never imagined, from financial support for his son's education to a role within her foundation focused on accessibility and dignity for people with disabilities. But more than that, she offered respect. Lily gained a mentor, someone who treated her as capable and complete, not fragile. Daniel's life slowly shifted from survival to purpose. As time passed, Daniel continued working, not out of desperation anymore, but pride. Lily found confidence, her laughter becoming frequent and fearless. Victoria, too, changed, learning to slow down and witness the moments that truly mattered. All because of one simple act of kindness on an ordinary night. If this story touched your heart, if you felt a lump in your throat or warmth in your chest, please take a moment to like the video, share it, and leave a comment. Your engagement helps spread messages of compassion and reminds others that humanity still exists. And before this story ends, we have one special request for you. Comment one word that describes how this story made you feel, because your voice matters more than you know. In the end, the world did not change because of wealth or power, but because a tired single father chose to care when it would have been easier to walk away. And sometimes, that is all it takes to turn an invisible moment into a miracle.